Oh, it feels like it's been so long. Did you miss me? I can't say that I've missed any of you, because I haven't. But why would I? You've done nothing for me. And I happen to have a sneak preview right up here of what's going to happen soon. Oh, Corey. Sweet, not so innocent Corey. You think you've run away from it all, don't you? You think you can get away scot-free. You, sitting so comfortably in the facility behind the veil of security. That security will falter soon. But I won't give away the best parts just yet. I'll leave all of that to the imagination, and then, of course, you'll see the outcome. But, Corey, you have done things that you would like to forget. I remember it all. Those two hands of yours. What they did. And you know what they say. Don't do the crime if you don't intend to do the time. Happiness. Such a great emotion to have, isn't it? Of course, I'm happy all the time, so I wouldn't know anything about trying to masquerade as something that is happy. This is my house now. And all those disgusting children have left. And of course, that nagging wife has left. And guess what? The shackles have been cut from Mr. Travis, and now he can do nothing about it. You know where your best pal Travis is, right? I can tell you. He's burning in hell. But don't feel too badly. Mr. Alessi, you'll be burning soon, too. And how, might you ask, is this all possible? And trust me, I'm not going to give away my best kept secrets. It takes a lot more to break this magician's code. Corey thinks that he has escaped all of his demons. But what Corey doesn't seem to realize is that he cannot run from them. They are a part of him now. So run, Corey. Run as far as you can, as fast as you can, and let that little mind race as long as it can. But your demons will eventually take their rightful place in the front of the line. You killed your mother. You killed your stepfather. You disposed of your cousin's body. And you were sitting firmly in the driver's seat. And don't you think for 1 second that you were not there because you were. And now, you are to blame for something else. You are the reason that Travis is gone. You are the reason that Travis is burning in a filthy, stinking hell right now. It's all your fault. You brought this on, everyone. You did it. So don't ever think that this is because of anything or anyone else. After all, you picked up the phone, right? You gave him a little call, right? So don't ever think that you are innocent. You son of a bitch. And Travis called and screamed and yelled and bitched and moaned for everyone's help. He cried. He screamed at the top of his little lungs. But where was anyone? Where were any of you? Nowhere. Because just as I suspected, none of you give a shit about Travis. None of you gave a shit about Corey. None of you gave a damn before, and you sure as hell don't give a damn now. But that's okay, because that is exactly what we wanted. Hell, that's what we planned on. We got our goddamn wish, and we didn't have to lift a finger to get it. The world, so full of uncertainty, so full of chaos, so full of anarchy. You could say the world is already going to hell. So we've got a head start. We just gotta drive the nail into the coffin now. We have to bring entire destruction. The way that our uncle told his stories inspired me to tell a story of my own. A story that dates so far back when me and Uncle Jay had an outing of our own. There was once a respected teacher. Mr. Henry was his name, I believe. He did all he could to just be respected, to be taken seriously as an instructor. So he handed out the pop quiz. They weren't ready for that. They all did a fine job, except for one. A young girl didn't do so well, turned in her report, got a bad grade. She stayed after class to speak with Mr. Henry about her bad mark. She said, "You need to change it to an A, or my family will be so disappointed in me." He said, "No, you get what you get on your paper, and that is all." And then she got closer. She said, "Mr. Henry, if you don't change the grade, I'm gonna tell everyone that you touched me inappropriately." He said, "I didn't do that though. I've never done that. Why would you say something like that?" And she said, "Change the grade." So he did. A respected instructor, his morals, his ethics. And guess what? She told the principal. He did it anyway. So, he was fired from his position and had to go home that night knowing that he was out of a job now. He couldn't handle it anymore. So he got in his car and he drove to where that girl lived. He hesitated. He stood outside of her window. He took his gun with him and he cocked that son of a bitch back. But he couldn't pull the trigger. Respectable. Till the very end. So he turned to go back to his car. He opened up his driver's side door and got in and sat there for a moment and thought about all that he had just gone through. He focused on his pain. He adjusted his mirror, and when he looked in the reflection, he saw Uncle Jay and Disciple J sitting in his back seat. It was that night he had given in, and he lost it. He gave us that call that we were looking for, so we decided to show up and have a little fun. So we crawled into the ear of Mr. Henry. And Mr. Henry, he smiled. And he opened his driver's side door and he marched up the sidewalk and walked to the front door of this little girl's home and he kicked it in. And with his gun in the air, waving it all over the place, her father jumped off the couch and, well, he met his maker. And then her mother ran up and said, "What have you done? Who are you? I'm calling the police." But she didn't make it to the phone, now did she? He put a bullet in that bitch. She asked for it. And then he walked up the steps, kicking in every door to every room until he kicked the right one in. And there she was, the liar, sitting at her computer desk, scrolling through Facebook. And without warning, he took his gun and put a bullet in her fucking head. on his ass and sat in the middle of her room. He looked up and saw Disciple J and Uncle J staring in approval. And then he blew his fucking head off. We didn't even ask him to. He did it anyways. What did we learn? What was the moral of this story? Decide for yourself. And as for everyone else, you can all pretend to be happy, but your demons know much better. Corey, play your little games. Act like a child. Pretend that you've done nothing. I'm watching, and he is watching too. I'll see you soon. I'll see you real soon.